Hey everyone, it is Thursday, July 21st. The time is 6:15 p.m. and the temperature right now is 30 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at the intersection of Church and Front Street. And that's a look to the east along Front Street East. And there is the Flatiron Building. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of construction going on around here. And for this one, I'm going to walk through Berczy Park, and then I'll make my way north up to Victoria Street, and I'll walk north up the entirety of Victoria Street. And I'll see if I can find my way up to Carlton Street without having to walk over to Yonge. I think there's some laneways that I can take from the north end of Victoria. I'm sure I'll figure it out. So this here is Berczy Park. And this is the back of the Flatiron Building. And that is a mural by an artist known as Daniel Besant. So Victoria Street ends at Ryerson University, or I guess Toronto Metropolitan University as it's now known. I should be able to find my way north of there up to Carlton. And here's the popular dog fountain. And you'll notice there's a cat there. And that cat is looking over at the birds on the post. So that's kind of a neat touch. Back when I used to work just over there in the financial district, one of my favorite things to do on lunch was to walk over to the St. Lawrence Market and grab a sandwich and a beverage, and then come over to this park and have my lunch here. It's only a couple-minute walk from the financial district. So on the south of the park is Front Street, and that section of it is eastbound only. And to the north of the park is Wellington Street East. And this is westbound only, but just like around the Flatiron Building at Church and Wellington, this is all ripped up for construction. And I think what's going on is they're redoing the streetscape and laying new streetcar tracks. Seldom use streetcar tracks, but I imagine once the Ontario line goes under construction, they'll be rerouting and using them a lot more. So that is the cause of the closure in the area. And I think these repairs are slated to run through to around August 1st. And you can see here the streetcar tracks weren't exactly in good condition to begin with. And this here is Scott Street. But just north of here it turns into Victoria Street. And this here is the backside of the King Eddie. I think that hotel is about 119 years old or so. And that is Yonge Street just off to the west there. And that's a look up at Commerce Court West. And now this is Victoria Street. And there is no marked crossing at King Street here. Although King Street is a transit priority corridor, so it's a pretty easy street to cross. All is clear.
Yeah, exactly.
I've always enjoyed walking up Victoria Street. There's something quite New Yorkish about it. I believe that building there is home to a very old post office. And I'm guessing that based on the fact that the street just beside it is called Old Post Office Lane. And there's a Service Ontario. I think the passport office is coming up just up on the left. There's the Victoria Tower. There's a place advertising passport photos. My memory is failing me now. Passport Canada is at 74 Victoria Street. And my GPS has me nowhere near that. It is definitely acting up. Oh, nothing is working right at the passport office now anyways. And this is Adelaide Street East. So this would be the tail end of the afternoon rush hour. And there it is, straight ahead. I should have known better. I've been here to get my passport renewed. That was in 2015, and I got the 10-year renewal. But apparently they're ill prepared for the current onslaught of passport renewal and new passport requests. I think you're looking at a very long wait. I'm not sure if the federal government is intentionally dropping the ball on travel or not, but based on the state of the airports, they've certainly not made it fun to travel. I've heard from numerous sources now, it currently takes an immigration officer roughly 4 times as long to process someone than it did prior to the pandemic. this silly app called ArriveCan, which I'm going to have to refamiliarize myself with. I deleted it when I'm going away next month. So I'll have to put some government malware back on the phone. And they've also reintroduced random testing. Anyways, we are at Richmond Street. And there's a look south. And we're at Queen Street East. There's St. Mike's Hospital. The emergency room exit or entrance is a block to the north of here. Well, I guess that would also be the exit as well. And a block to the west of here, you'll find the Eaton Center. And a few blocks past that, you'll find City Hall. This is one of those streets that's never that busy on a weekend. I guess with all the people coming off work, it's got a lot more life to it on the weekdays. And coming up on the left is the back of the Elgin and Winter Garden Stack Theaters. And they opened back in 1933. And their entrance is on Yonge Street. And it's the only remaining still operating double-decker theater of its kind in the world. And I got to tour the inside of there during Doors Open Toronto, and I have a video of that on the channel. And it's an absolutely stunning facility. And from one big performance venue to another. This is Massey Hall coming up on the left. And this is a large live performance venue. And they had the good fortune of planning a very large and expensive renovation that coincided with COVID. I think it was to the tune of $500 million or so. And they have a rather iconic sign, which hopefully is up. There's the St. Mike's Emerge. And there's the sign. And they've got a plaque here. first opening was in 1894. Massey Hall served as one of Canada's most important cultural institutions. And that's a Government of Canada heritage plaque, not the usual City of Toronto ones you see. I think it was Gordon Lightfoot who played the show that opened or reopened Massey Hall. And that's the Pantages condo on the left. And the theater I'm about to walk past used to be called the Pantages. Now it's the Ed Mirvish Theater. And this one opened back in 1920. It seats 2,300 people. And again, the main entrance is on Yonge Street, the same as the Elgin and Winter Garden. I've always known it as the theater where the original run of the Phantom of the Opera took place. But now they've got Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And there's the Senator, a very long-standing diner that currently appears to be closed. That's right next to the Jazz Bistro. I'm going to take a mini detour here. So I guess I lied, I'm not walking the entirety of Victoria Street, as I'm missing probably about 20 meters or so right there. I'm just going to cut through Dundas Square. Sorry? Sorry? Officer? Why would I be an officer? That guy thought I was a cop. I guess technically they're not allowed to lie and say they're not if they are. Would they send guys around looking like me, carrying a small camera? What would they do with that info anyways? So, welcome to Dundas Square. And that building over there with City TV on it was built as the Torch Olympic Spirit Building. And that cost $42 million. And that only operated for a few years before it closed down. I don't actually know anyone who went to that. Now it's home to City TV, who used to be located at Queen and John. And there you could grab the hop-on, hop-off sightseeing bus. That'll set you back $60. So here is Yonge and Dundas. The always lively Yonge and Dundas. And there's a scramble crossing in effect. It's not quite Shibuya, but it's not bad. It's one of 2 scramble crossings in the city. The other one is north of here at Yonge and Bloor. All right, back to Victoria Street. I took the Dundas streetcar earlier today. I went east of here over to Broadview in Dundas, and that's where I started recording a video. And I walked south down the lakeshore. And then I started a live stream, and I kind of meandered heading west into downtown, right around Berczy Park. And I thought rather than just go home, I might as well record another one since I'm here. I'm also trying to kind of stock up on videos since I'm going away soon. And you can still hear helicopters buzzing. There's been helicopters buzzing around downtown all day. There was a big Hells Angels get together on the east side of town. And there's been a lot of news crews and helicopters and that sort of thing. There's a Toronto Public Health office right there. Victoria Street closed. Gould Street, no exit. That could throw a wrench into my plans. That's a stretch known as Nelson Mandela Way, if I'm not mistaken. And welcome to TMU, Toronto Metropolitan University. Renamed from Ryerson University, which still appears pretty much everywhere. I guess that's going to be a very expensive rebranding project for the school. And this is Devonia Pond, which in the winter they freeze it over, and the building just behind it has some rather nice looking lights, and it turns into a skating rink. I got accepted into a program at this university. I opted to go to York University in the north end of the city. And just to the west of here is the Student Learning Center. And a very busy Yonge Street. And we have a Toronto celebrity sighting. There is the I Hate Rubber Boots guy walking in the wrong direction, unfortunately. I've caught him on video a few times. So this is the walkway that was named after Nelson Mandela. Does that work? Nope. Maybe you have to put a bottle in there. here is Gerrard Street. I'm trying to avoid Yonge, so now I'm walking east. And without going all the way to church, I'm gonna see if I can find my way north here. Church Street being the next street off in that direction. So this is, I think, McGill Street, and the one north of here is Granby. That tall curvy condo that's blocked by the tree, so that was wise of me to point that out, is the intersection of, or at the intersection of Church and Carlton. There's a fire truck with its lights on straight ahead. I did not check maps before I came, but I thought there might be an alley here that connects up to Granby. If not, there's a little park that runs alongside Yonge Street. Oh, that house is all boarded up. This one has a heritage plaque on it. Is that the name of the original owner, Heritage Building? Oh, it just says the date it was added to the Heritage Registry. So I can go north here and take this little park, and there is a performance being put together by the Downtown Yonge BIA, which stands for Business Improvement Area. We've got a plaque here, Joseph Sheared Parquet. I think he was one of the early settlers of this area. Hey, a water fountain. Will it work? My money is on no. Oh, filtered water. Excellent. Oh, hello. There's a dog right here. I think the owner is just down the street. That looks like a utility building. Oh, that's property of the Toronto Transit Commission. So there's a look along Granby Street. And this will take us up to Carlton. And I'll be able to duck down into College Station. There's a look east with Maple Leaf Gardens just up there on the left. And there's that tall curved condo I talked about earlier. And this is west on Carlton towards Yonge. There's an entrance into the subway there. We'll go take a quick look at the intersection here. Just on the other side of Yonge, Carlton becomes College Street. And the sun glare is pretty bad there. And down to the northbound subway platform. And it sounds like the train is rolling in. So I hope you enjoyed this one north of Victoria Street. There's links to Patreon and channel membership if you wish to support the channel in the description. All right, thank you for watching. Might as well take the sunglasses off, and I will catch you on the next one.
Please stand clear of the doors.